What's up, fight fans? It's the Vulture here. Welcome back to the channel. We got a few announcements before we start this week's video. First things first, you see I'm wearing the Noche UFC kit once again, and that is my dedication to the Mexico national team in the World Cup as they take on Korea tonight at 8 p.m. Central. Be sure to tune in if you support Mexico. And with that, I will not be wearing any other UFC kit for as long as Mexico is in that tournament. So as long as they keep going forward, we will keep repping the shirt, keep repping the nation, and wishing them good luck all the way through. Second, we did get the kickoff to The Ultimate Fighter back on the White House card. We're 2 episodes in, and DC already has the lead 2-0 over Bisping. So Bisping, my boy, I like you, but you got to step your coaching game up a little bit. You got to get your fighters amped up, and you got to get them motivated to win. Next up, UFC 6 drops tomorrow. I've already pre-ordered my copy. Have you pre-ordered yours? If not, what are you waiting for? We got to get that running. With that, I do want to make a little note. I will be streaming some live play of that. Maybe into Twitch. Not too sure about that. But as of right now, I will be doing some videos of me playing that game. If you're interested in that, feel free to check it out. Tell your friends. Let them know what I'm doing so we can get this channel growing. Next up, this week's video will be over Kape versus Horiguchi as a UFC Fight Night. Super excited to break it down for you. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and get ready for another cage conversation.
Don't say that you love me, but don't know me, keep the scam out. Bitch, I'm so efficient, man, it's tight so I can stand out. Please don't interrupt me, see this room like where you stand now. I don't ever back down, I'm the shit, dog, I don't stand down. Don't say that you love me, but don't know me, keep the scam out.
Kicking off the main card, we have a bout in the featherweight division. That is between Mausik the Gun Bagdasaryan versus Murtazali the Highlight Magomedov. Not a big fan of the highlight name because in my eyes there's only one highlight, and that's Justin Gaethje. He just pieced up Ilia Topuria. Sorry for all you Topuria fans out there. And it wasn't your night. It wasn't your night. It was Gaethje's time to shine, and that's exactly what he did. That's besides the point. We got off topic. Let's run back into this one. Mausik Bagdasaryan. Over a year since his last appearance, and it was a KO loss against Gene Silva. Not a bad loss. That's actually a loss that's aged very well. Decorated kickboxer, super light on his feet. He's a patient fighter, but he waits too long for his entries, and he doesn't make the adjustments you see for most patient fighters. Most patient fighters, they'll wait a minute, try to figure out their opponent, and then make those adjustments mid-fight to get that win, to engage more, and be more active. He doesn't do that. He's constantly patient, he's constantly on that back foot, and he's constantly getting over-pressured, and it's not a good thing if you're a patient fighter. Patient fighters need to be patient to a point to where they can come back, learn from their mistakes, learn from the rounds, and get going with their activity. His hands are also a little too low. He does a clever job at distracting you with the lead hand battle that sets up the strikes, like his rear kicks or his rear right hands. He'll keep you real distracted with it, keep it very active. That's about the only thing he does on the patient side of his game. With him being a decorated kickboxer, he's got good kicks. He's not really too difficult to take down, and keeping him down seems even easier. Punches, they pack power, and he's got a good amount of speed. Cardio, though, doesn't seem to be an issue. He keeps his power and his strikes throughout 3 rounds. Doesn't really seem to use much of his breath with his shots. On the other, on the other side of the octagon, Murtazali Magomedov, 10-0 record, all by finish. But they're split evenly, 5 KOs and 5 submissions. This is his UFC debut. Leg kicks land on him 90% of the time. Very flat-footed. His chin, kind of questionable. Seems like he can get clipped very easily, but he seems to come back from it. So, who knows? We'll see what that's like on Saturday. He does stay calm when he's caught in submissions. He knows how to work his way out of them. He doesn't freak out. He doesn't try to scramble and just hope something lands in his lap. He takes his time, adjusts the situation, and then just keeps going. He takes too much damage in the clinch, though. He tends to leave his guard down. He doesn't really seem to respect anybody's power when he's on the less dominant side of the clinch. Cardio needs some work, so going into the later rounds might be an issue for him. Good takedown entries and good timing on his level changes. He's got strong power in his knees. We saw that in one of his last fights. This guy was trying to go in for a blast double, timed the knee, and he dropped him with it. He seems to be easily outstruck by the looks from an opening to throw that one shot to end the fight. He's kind of waiting for that one shot and that big haymaker to get him to win. And at this level of competition, you can't really rely on that. You got to set everything up. You got to be technical. You got to be the more be the fighter with the better fighter IQ. You got to go in there with the mindset thinking, I'm the best. This is how I'm going to break him down. And if you can't get there, you have to adjust every round. So with this one, I'm going to go ahead and pick Bagdasaryan. I think his striking is way more technical and accurate. I also think he is a stronger striker and uses a lot more of his flair and surprise strikes in his stand-up game. He definitely will need to keep this one standing though, because if it goes to the floor, that seems to be where Magomedov shines, and that can really turn around the fate of the fight. Up next in the flyweight division, we've got Andre Mascote Lima, and he takes on Kevin El Gallo Negro Borjas. Now, Andre Lima, 11-0 with 6 wins by finish. He's coming off of a submission win over Daniel Varez in March of last year. He's got strong leg kicks, stiff jab, and a strong overhand right. Good head movement and rolls well with incoming punches. He's an accurate striker, but he is flat-footed and very prone to takedowns. He mixes his striking levels very well. He doesn't accept being taken down either. He always shoots up after being taken down. Clinch, those strikes in that area seem to land on him. He doesn't really seem to expect any trading of blows when they're in that clinch position for some reason. It just seems like he's oblivious to strikes when he's in that position, and his main thought is to get out of there, which isn't bad, but it's MMA. You got to be ready for anything at any position. He is defensively sound, though, and he does check leg kicks very well. Kevin Borjas, good movement, flows well on his feet, powerful punches, calm fighter. He likes to pick his shots unless he smells blood. Then he gets reckless and goes in full chaos mode. High and tight guard, defensively sound as well. Good wrestling, doesn't check leg kicks. His chin gets easily cracked. When he does hurt his opponents, he needs to remember technicality. He can't abandon the basics, and he can't go wild swinging like he did against Emmanuel Rodriguez. He is easily controlled on the ground, though. He can't really get off of his back if you get him down. His offense is good, defense not the greatest. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and pick Andre Lima. I think his style is similar to and maybe even better than that of Emmanuel Rodriguez. We all know Rodriguez finished Borjas last time out. Emmanuel got hurt in the first round. Borjas kind of went full chaos mode. Rodriguez was able to get the fight to the ground, control it, and then he put him out in the second round. But still, I think Lima is a lot stronger in the striking, and the grappling will be difficult for Borjas to have any real success in, given how well of a job Lima does at getting back up. Alright, after that we've got a clash in the featherweight division between Haider the Hurricane Emil, and he takes on Christian C-Rod Rodriguez. Now, Haider Emil, 11-2 with 7 wins by finish. His head stays on that center line, and he leaves himself open to quick 1-2s. He's not afraid to stand in your face though and make it a battle. He'll stand and trade with you all day if he has to. His grappling defense could use a lot of work. He's a very comfortable switch stance fighter though, so sometimes getting to those legs might be a little difficult. He's got good range and boxing combos, and he's got really quick and powerful kicks, especially to that body area. He does need to keep an eye on his gas tank though. He gasses pretty early on because of the constant bombs he likes to throw. He is also very good and sneaky and clever in those exchanges in the clinch position. Across from him, Christian Rodriguez, 12-4 with 7 wins by finish. He is coming off of 2 losses against Andre Fili and Melkutsaya Lacosta. He's got good hand speed and accurate punches, but he does tend to reach with his punches sometimes. He tends to go a little too farther than he needs to. Rather than using his jab to recognize his distance, he throws wherever he is. He does need to move his head off of that center line as well. Grappling will be very beneficial for him in this fight. So he really should consider on utilizing the grappling the entire 15 minutes, dominating on the floor, landing his strikes, opening him up with some punches, getting him down, and landing good, damaging shots off of the ground. He also needs to be ready to weather that early storm of Emil, because Emil loves to come in hot, loves to come in strong, and will pressure you for the first half of that first round. Will probably be all Emil, but once C-Rod can level his ground, calm his mind, and get this fight back into his control, if he makes it out of that first round, I believe C-Rod will have no problem taking this one. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and pick C-Rod. I think he'll be able to move past that early storm of Emil, and possibly even work in a takedown and get control of the fight there. In the grappling and in the ground game, C-Rod has an obvious advantage, and he needs to showcase that to get his arm raised on Saturday. Up next, we've got another featherweight bout between Vinicius Lockdog Oliveira, and he takes on Andre Touchy Fili. Now, Vinicius Oliveira is moving up a weight class, and this might be very beneficial to him, and we might be able to see how much more of a dangerous competitor he is when he doesn't have to cut so much weight. This is his featherweight debut, like I said, and he's coming off a recent loss to Mario Bautista. He's a heavy switch stance fighter, and he throws multiple strikes at the same time. He's not a one-hit fighter. He won't just throw one thing out and see how you react. He'll throw 3 or 4 and see how you react, and then he'll add more or he'll put a little bit less to his liking. He does a good job at throwing leg kicks. He's also a heavy mover, and he's got good strike evasiveness. It might not always be the most technical way to get out of a strike, but the name of the game is to hit and don't get hit. His grappling is present, nothing too special. He's got a chin and he can take a good amount of strikes. So putting him out might be a little bit of a rougher task to complete. His hands though, too low. They gotta come up, especially in this division. Featherweight division has a lot of heavy hitters, so if your hands are low, yeah, you might be able to take a few strikes, but you will eventually get put out, and all it takes is one to make that granite chin turn into glass. Andre Fili, on the other hand, very good counter striker, and they always land with some power. He's also a very dangerous switch stance fighter, so seeing 2 switch stance fighters compete against each other, it's always fun, and it's always kind of like a chess match. I'll give you something, see what you give me, or I'll give you 2, I'll take 1, but later I'll take 3. He's fast and patient. He likes to read his opponents before he goes into the pocket. Not bad, but sometimes you just gotta go in straight, bite down on the mouthpiece, and go for it. No real lateral movements. It's either straight forward or straight back. He needs to be a little more agile, especially going against someone who loves to move around as much as Oliveira. He needs caution when he throws that measured jab as well. Rather than it coming straight back to where it needs to be, it drops and then it comes back up. So that runs the high risk of getting countered, especially someone who is as fast as Oliveira. He can't really try to prove anything in the striking game this fight. He will get caught. He might even get put out if he does try to go that route. So with all that, I think I'm going to go ahead and pick Vinicius Oliveira by finish. I believe he's a better striker, and his overwhelming striking game and power will be too much for Fili to handle. Now, Oliveira does need to keep cautious of that counter game of Fili, and he's got to be ready to counter his counter. Up next for our co-main event of the night, it will be in the light heavyweight division, and we've got Ian the Hulk Cutelaba, and he takes on Navajo Sterling. Now, Cutelaba, 17 of his 20 wins by way of finish, good strikes on a counter, super strong and dangerous overhand right. He's got good level changes, and he's got good takedown entries as well. He likes to swing big in the pocket, a kind of rock and sock'em robot kind of fighter. He doesn't really move his head very much, and he really struggles with any decent striker. A lot of those straight down the middle strikes seem to land on him. He is patient, and he throws only when he knows he will land. They may not be hard, they may not be aggressive, they may not be there to put you out, but he does a good job at recognizes his range. He's also got really good trips in the clinch, and he's good at initiating scrambles. Across from him, Navajo Sterling, undefeated, 9-0 with 5 wins by knockout. He is coming off of a KO win over Bruno Lopez. He's got a fast jab and always throwing feints, and he really favors that overhand right as well. He does send kick receipts. He's always throwing them back. He gets kicked, he throws one back to make sure you know you're not going to get away with hitting him. He does get caught with counters in the pocket, so it's going to be a little bit dangerous with Cutelaba always being good in that little pocket exchange. He's got heavy hands, and he's good at mixing up his targets. He's good at using his range as well, but getting on the inside of the grappling seems fairly easy against him. His body kicks are strong, but they lack speed, and they often get caught. So he could possibly get one of his body kicks caught and taken down, and that might be what, all she wrote. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and pick Ian Cutelaba. I don't think Sterling has faced a grappler like Cutelaba. Although Ian is a powerhouse and capable of putting the lights out on anyone, he's a very underrated in the grappling aspect of the sport. I can see them trading a few shots early on, then Cutelaba getting the fight to the floor, and then submitting him, or just putting a world of pain on Sterling and riding out a unanimous decision win. For our main event of the night, it will be a flyweight bout between Manel Starboy Kape, and he takes on Kyoji Karate Kid Horiguchi. Now, Kape, impressive record and finish to win ratio with a record of 22 wins, 7 losses, and 19 of those wins by way of finish. He is coming off of 3 back-to-back KO finishes over Brandon Royval, Alsu Almabayev, and Bruno Silva. He stands tall with the high guard, but his base is kind of wide. He's comfortable at switching stances, and he's got good head movement. He's good at recognizes when he can catch his opponent's kicks as well. He's strong, fast, and has got very accurate hands. He pushes in with his strikes and then leaves the pocket. He's got good footwork, good wrestling defense. Hands tend to drop when they become closer in range. He could benefit from mixing his targets. He headhunts rather than it be straights, hooks, or uppercuts that they're always to the head. He's got to be cautious of dunking his head as well. He almost got caught with a knee against Almabayev that way. He tends to throw that jab and drop it to the right, or defend and drop to the right and leave it open. Almabayev picked up on it, threw a flying knee, and he was inches away from catching him, and I think that might have even put him out if it would have landed. Across from him, Kyoji Horiguchi. Another impressive record with 36 wins and 5 losses and 21 wins by way of finish. He's starting off another great run in the UFC, having won 2 for 2 in his UFC fights this time around as compared to his last UFC run, going 7-1, and the only loss was to flyweight Hall of Famer Demetrius Johnson. He's got quick movements and he's always moving around, strong leg kicks, and this will be very useful to slow Kape down. He's got good feints and head movement, and sneaky counter left hook, sits heavy on that lead leg when he throws the counter left, and his right hand drops as well. His body kicks do get caught very oftenly. He needs to be cautious of this against someone like Kape, as he is very good at catching kicks. He also needs to stay on the outside and control the pace. He has to break Kape early. If not, he will have the opportunity to be broken once Kape has gotten going. With this one, I think I am going to have to go with Kape. I think he will have a similar approach as he did against Almabayev, especially since they both move a lot. All Kape has to be aware of, though, is that power and striking abilities of Horiguchi. He can't underestimate him. He's definitely a more volume and accurate striker than Almabayev, and may present Kape with more problems. But regardless, for their second time meeting, I think Kape levels the score and they become 1-1. Alright, Fight fans, that is all we've got for this week's episode. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for staying to the end. A little recap of the Vultures Pick 6 for this week's main card are as followed. We've got Bagdasarian, Lima, Rodriguez, Oliveira, Cutelaba, and Kape. Don't forget to smash that like button. Comment down below who you think will be taking W's in the main card. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a future video. And until next time, we'll catch you all for another Cage Conversation.